Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while. In this video, I'm going to try and utilize ChatGPT to create a iPhone app as quickly as possible. And the app is going to be a very simple Pomodoro timer, exactly like this, where you have 25 minutes and then you go into your short break of 5 minutes. Very simple app, and we're going to try use AI to speedrun it. Okay, now as we're creating the project, we have to select whether we want an app, document app, game, AR app playground. We're going to select app. We're going to call it Pomo Flash. I'm now just going to enter in a bunch of default information and find the location to save it to. And now it's just going to create a very simple hello world on our phone. And we can build it and grab an iPhone here. Very cool. It'll install our Pomo Flash app. And basically this is the preview of the app here. And we give it a second. It should display hello world with the white background. As you can see, the kind of code here. We must be in dark mode, which is why it's black. So just so I can show you, if we change this to hello YouTube and we save, you'll notice here once this hello YouTube, and if I was to build again, it'll bring up the phone and the Pomo app should reinstall, reload. Now it says hello YouTube. I have done tried to kind of do a rough app before, which was a to-do list. This is as far as I got with that. Just playing around with it, to be honest. Now we're going to let ChatGPT take over. Here we go. Let's get the code from ChatGPT. So it's going to want us to put this into, you can see here, contentview.swift, which is here. So let's give it a go. You know, I've used AI before and it never ends up going well. Oh, no way. Look at that. I wonder why it says work. Interesting. So that's actually very cool. When we reset the timer, it basically sets it back to 25 minutes. Wow, this is very cool and very quick, if you ask me. Let's just try this, which I assume will make it 25 seconds. Perfect. Let's just make it 2 seconds to see what would happen. Oh, and now it's showing you, you can go on your 5-minute break. Look at that. That is nuts. That was so quick. So if I was to change this to study mode, I assume you need to have this matched to make it. Yeah. And I want to bet you this means if it can't match, just default to green. Let's test that. Yeah, that must be what that is. Wow. Okay. Well done, AI. I have to say, you can't get more simple than that. Interestingly though, now it looks like it's, let me just mess one of these up so it resets. 25, yeah, so if I reset while the timer's on, that's a bug. It'll count you down, and then once it gets to 0 it puts you into break mode. But if you reset, I'm still in study mode, but look, you're in the break timer, which shouldn't be correct, because if we change this down to 1 second, it'll then put us into, oh, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this stay as work because that was working before. Let's see. If we put this down to being, or maybe 1 second is not enough, 2 seconds, and we start this, it should put us into our break. I've gone and said I want a circle kind of around here, and I want there to be a button to reset everything, because this reset button only actually resets the current thing you're on, like break or working. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is nuts. Start. Look at that. Reset the timer. So we set this down to 1 minute and restart. So it's a 1 second. Okay, maybe let's go 10 seconds so we can kind of visualize it better. See if so the bar doesn't move. It must be tied to the original 25 minutes. But you can see here our break reset. Everything will reset everything. So that, okay. So this is looking really nice. Work duration. So work duration, I would have to say, if we were to put work duration to 10 seconds and this to 10 seconds, would we then have the bar matching? We would. Look at that. So now when we pause, we can start. And then you're on your break, and you've completed one session. And then you can see your break. Look at that, that's really nice. Okay, so we'll keep this. Well done. I mean, I can't lie, it's been, I don't even know how long, and this is basically really good. I've now asked the AI that I want to have a settings app up here, up here, where we can adjust it being from 25 minutes to 25 minutes into 5 minutes, just to be whatever we want. No way, look at this. So we can have our timer being 1 minute and then our break being 1 minute. And let's see if it, oh look at that, it doesn't break it down. Okay, I'm gonna wait here for the 1 minute then and see if it works. Wow, look at that, and it worked, it saved. Now I wonder if I adjust the break here. So if you adjust the break, it resets. Okay. So now we're going to be adding a buzz and a vibration when the timer's finished, so you kind of know it's done. And then we're also going to make it, as the AI says, nice gradient colors, so the circle bar is more premium. So I have to say the gradient didn't do the best, but what we'll do is I'll tell the AI to remove the gradient but keep the ding sound. And now I've gone and asked it to allow us to set seconds in here, because it's quite annoying that it keeps having minutes. So we can have 0, 0 everything. Okay, that's kind of weird. We want work seconds to be, let's just say we want it to be 10 seconds. Start. I'm basically just going to be listing out for a ding. A ding is what I'm listening for. Interesting. So I did not hear a ding. Let's build it to the actual phone and see what it kind of looks like on a real iPhone. Settings, we can change this down. We're going to put break minutes to nothing. It's going to be 5 and 10. Well, let's just be cool and do 8 and 5. Start. Here we go. Any ding? No ding. Interesting. So I'm not hearing a ding. I will also make sure I'm going to commit to GitHub. So I'm liking this, except I want it to be a smooth circle. I'm going to ask it if it can make the circle animation very flowy, not moving every second. So instead of it kind of going, it should hopefully be very nice and smooth. Okay, let's see if our 10 sec. Oh, look at that. Look how smooth that is now. That's already an improvement. Much nicer. Oh, and look at that. It's updated it into our work and our break. I'm now going to ask it if it can move or reset everything into almost like a DevTools bit in the settings. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. It's hidden away. Oh, look at that. DevTools. We have reset everything. This will reset the timer and switch back to work and clear today's session count. Oh, that's amazing. You know what you have to do? Add it to the GitHub. Make sure you put a commit so you know everything that's changing. The AI asked if I want to add the minutes and seconds live preview under each stepper, so it makes the setting more clearer. So I said let's do that, and we can get a view of that. I assume it's meaning here. It's kind of unclear what this actually means. It's quite I have to admit it's a bad system. So we'll be able to see now what it thinks. Oh, look at this on the right. It's showing us utils, timer control. Very nice. It's wanting me to replace settings view with this new version. New version, let's see. Once the content view resets. Oh, look at that. I have to admit though, I have to be the one to say this is a horrific thing. So I'm gonna, let's tell the AI what we think. I'm asked it to make it easier because even though it's quite cool with the like total, you don't actually know. Like I'd much rather just be able to move like a slider. So we've got on another new settings view. So we remove the old one, paste in the new one. A lot longer, almost double the length. Let's check the settings out. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's got defaults, so we can default to being a 15-minute timer, 25-minute timer, and then if we want to, we can put it down to, we could do 1 second, 1 minute, 1 second. Bang, save that. Now it's 1 second. That is amazing. I'm going to be honest, I didn't realize how good the AI is. I mean, this is, like, obviously I don't understand what's going on here really, but just the fact you can do this so quickly. I think I've noticed though we can remove the total underneath. Maybe keep the total there for now. Okay, so the one thing I've noticed is this is quite a huge chunk to be kind of taking up a lot of space when maybe like if there's more things in the future, you just want to scroll down and kind of do something else. So I'm going to ask it now if it can hide the massive wheels under maybe a drop down in the settings, and then hopefully it can do that for us. So we just need to replace settings view with our new version. Let's see if it can do a content view. So let's just say, so yeah, let's say, oh, we want it to be 2 minutes instead. Save. Oh, that is magnificent. It's working much better than I even could have thought. So, I mean, I can't lie, this is very nice, simple app. It's got basic stuff. It's going to save over time. What else can you ask for? So I'm going to ask the AI what the next steps in the app development should be for this specific app. Perfect. So the next things we're going to do is this. This is what the AI said we should do. We want to do this. So we want to get a ping a notification when the timer's done, and we also want to keep the timer going. And I also want to do a lock screen island. So I'm going to tell the AI the two things I want to do, and we'll be able to see if it's just going to do it for us. Oh, look at that. It's already getting going. Okay, here we go. Here's the AI coming in. We're going to do both the more reliable timer and the notifications, as well as the dynamic island and lock screen support. We're creating a new file, notificationmanager.swift. We now have our notification manager. Now if we go to, it's telling us to update the content view.swift. Okay, so it's just giving us a whole new content view. Okay, and it's just giving us a lot of errors there. So, that's not fun when it gives you loads of errors. So what I'm going to do in this situation is I'm going to delete the notification manager because the AI had a little bit of a mess up there. However, we still have our nice thing working. So we're going to start a new chat now because the error was happening in that last one. So I'm just going to give it all of the code so it kind of understands what's going on. I mean, we know what we want. We want the notifications and we'll do the notifications next. Okay, so now we're going to start adding in new files here, and we're going to pray that this works. So the first new file, just as the same as last time, is going to be notificationmanager.swift. This is going to be dealing okay, good to know. Well, live activity manager. Interesting. Okay, so things are getting a bit out of hand, which is what always happens when you use AI. Okay, I'm just going to ask it here if instead of there being a ding, let me find it, instead of it being like ding, I just want it to use a default thing because it's not actually playing any sounds right now because I don't have the ding.mp3, which I guess would be quite cool if you wanted your own custom sounds. That could actually be a setting you would do, but I don't want that right now. So it's wanting me to update the app entry. Let's see if we can still build this to our phone with the new additional app entry. Look at that, and it's not asking to send me notifications. Interesting, that was quite nice. Okay, let me close this and let's look what the rest it says. It's now asking me at the top of my content view to import two other things: user notifications, audio toolbox, which I assume is going to be how to give the users notifications, and this is going to allow us to play. We want to find our play sound here. Here's our little function. I want to replace play sound with our new function here. This should now use a default thing, and I wonder if we're going to be able to hear it in this content view. Okay, I'm hearing like a beep. I want to try build it and see what the actual phone hears. Here we go. Oh yeah, okay. So what I want to do now is I want to reset everything. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go off the app, and let's wait and see if we hear anything. Okay, so we didn't hear anything. Oh, the timer doesn't run when the app is closed. Okay, perfect. So let's get that committed. So now I'm going to ask the AI how we can make it so the timer runs in the background, because currently it only runs in the foreground, which is why you saw in the simulator, if you start it, you can see here the app's running. As soon as we swipe away, we'll wait a few seconds. If we go back, you notice it's still at the same point it was at before. So let's read what it's saying. Right now, iOS is doing what it's designed to do. When your app leaves the foreground, the timer stops. This figures to make the timer clock-based, store an end date, and always compute the remaining time and schedule a local notification for the end. When the app returns, you recompile from an end date instead of relying on the timer. Here's a type patch you can drop in. Interesting. Add state plus scene phrase. Okay, let's do this then. So we want to add in here this, and I wonder if this is actually supposed to go here. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then We also want to say here, I've now given the AI all the files and I'm going to ask it for a more concise way to tell me where to put my things. Okay, here we go. It's now given me much more nice way to put it. So let's add these things in now. We try to build it. Build failed. Please give me an error message. Time to give the AI some debugging to do because obviously it's doing things that it shouldn't be doing, and we're now getting 2 errors, 2 small errors I might add, which are probably quite easy to fix. Okay, so the AI kept giving errors, so our current state is that it doesn't persist. So I'm going to have to create a new chat, and I'm going to ask it, how would I allow this to persist in the background? And I'll give it both files. We'll see what the new chat can do. Wow, look at this. Okay, perfect. So I've got the build on the iPhone 16 Pro here on the simulator. I used actually, I think Claude might actually be better for coding. I'm going to be honest. I gave it one question and on like first try it managed to get it. So you can see here now on the simulator, if we open up the app, you can see that I've made it to 8 seconds. If I start it, actually I'm going to make it slightly longer for us to see. 15 seconds. So I start the seconds. You can see now if I go back, it keeps track. You see, and if I'm off the app and I'm looking at the home page, watch what happens. You get a notification when you go back in. Perfect. Isn't that amazing? Now I wonder what happens if I do 1 second for both. If I'll just get absolutely spammed with notifications. No, you don't. Okay. That's fine. Maybe you have to have a certain amount of time before it will notify you. Perfect. Okay. So Claude is the GOAT. I gotta say, Claude is much better. I'm now asking it to be able to change the settings to allow us to change this text work, and then also the text that you get when it's break. And of course we're using Claude because I think Claude maybe is the industry standard, or I don't know, it just seems to be way better than ChatGPT. Let's see here if Claude is able to change it. Oh my goodness, it is. Okay, let's change this to testing. Oh, keyboard typing doesn't work. Well, let's change it to Word. Okay. Let me just build this onto the phone and kind of get an idea of what's going on. Okay, so it still says work on the phone. If I go into here, okay, so it does work here. So I'll say testing 1, 2, 3, and I'll say chill time, and I'll maybe put this to be a bit longer, and then chill time can be, quite long. Yeah, look, so now we have here testing 1, 2. We have testing 1, 2, 3 up here, and now we should have chill time. Yeah, now we're on to chill time. Although chill time should automatically start, and I'm hearing double notifications, so something is a bit not right. So Claude is just doing some great work here, to be honest. We're gonna write another commit message, commit that to the repo. I think what we need to fix now is, let's tell Claude, let's fix some bugs. The main timer stops, it dings twice, and the break one doesn't automatically start. Let's get these bugs fixed with Claude. Let's see if the bugs have been fixed. We're gonna run a new build onto the simulator. Okay, we're still got our interesting times. Let's see if on the app the dinged one, still 2 dings, but the chill timer works. Perfect. So we get 1 of the 2 bugs fixed. So the only thing to fix now is the audio because the auto start works. Let's put in our new build, run another build, replace. Let's see, 3 seconds. Still 2 dings. Right. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, so I'm still getting the issue of the app playing the sound twice when it's open. Let's see if we can get some Claude to fix this. Let's see if this will fix it. No crashes, which is good. What's the preview look like? That doesn't even matter. Let's just build it. Oh, we don't want to start on chill. Here we go. Still 2. Here we go. It was playing a beep with it, which is not what we want. Here we go. Let's see. We're hoping for 1 noise. Oh, it worked. It worked. Perfect. Now we'll write another commit, which is actually the AIs are quite good at doing. And now I just want to make the app look more beautiful. I've just told it more polished. Let's see what it kind of comes up with. Why has it just started writing React? That's hilarious. How do we edit? Here we go. The AI is cooking. The AI is going crazy. So the next step is I want to submit this onto TestFlight so others can use it. Let's figure out how to do that. Alright, so we're just now waiting for the Apple developer to process my membership, and then we'll come back to that and continue on. Alright guys, so we're now going to switch up from a little bit of the coding. Well, as you guys can see, the app actually has no icon. We're going to work on doing an icon. Here I've got ChatGPT to generate a hilarious little mouse, almost like it's studying. And now we're going to go through the whole process of how we actually add that to Xcode, and because I'm not actually sure, so we're going to have to figure that out. So we're now going to ask ChatGPT on how to do this. It looks like we have to go to this website. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove this kind of gray border around to make it almost like a PNG, which wasn't that hard. We'll now export it as a PNG. I've now dragged in this file to this website, which I'll leave in the description if you're wanting to look at it yourself. I'm going to click generate and see what happens. I've never used this before. Oh look, app-icons.zip. What's in here? Inside app icons, it looks like, I assume this folder here is simply I can just drag into Xcode. So let's see what ChatGPT is saying. We need to go into Xcode, look at the file hierarchy. Inside here, so as you can see here, this is my Xcode kind of folder. We have a app icon set, which has nothing in it. I'm going to drag, this is the generated icons, into here, and I'm going to replace that. Now, if we look on here, oh my goodness, look at that. It appears that every single potential icon we need is done. Now, I don't know this. If I just build it to the iPhone, will my icon automatically get used? Let's see. Okay, so interestingly, the icon is getting used. However, it has a little white border, which is not what I wanted. So we can see here that all the icons have a white border around them. Let's try and fix that. It must be because it doesn't completely fill up here. Okay, so what we need to do is go into here and basically crop like that. Okay, now if we were to export this and we do the same as last time, we're going to give our app icon into here, generate our app icons, and we'll do exactly what we did last time inside our app icon set. I'm going to delete all of this. I'm going to paste in the new stuff. Let's see if we go on to Xcode. Okay, so there is that slight white border. Let's build and check on the simulator to see if it's fixed it. Oh, look at that. That is amazing. Now we have our little mouse for our Pommel Flash app. That's hilarious. Oh, that's amazing. And you know, I have to admit, thanks to that website, which I'll leave in the description, that was insanely easy. Now we have a cute little icon, so it's not as boring. Amazing. So I want to get this. The next step is going to be trying to publish it to TestFlight, just so that I can, you know, get other people to try and kind of let me know how it is. Hopefully it's not too simple, like they say, be allowed into TestFlight, but I think it's much cooler now that it's got this little icon. So that's great. Yeah. I think the next step will be going on to doing some TestFlight things. So let's hop into that now. Right, now that we're back into our Apple developer account, we can now attempt to add our app to TestFlight. So now we're going to follow this simple guide from Apple, which I'll also leave in the description. So it looks like we have to be part of the developer program, which we already are. So that's perfect. It's talking about combining for multiple purchases. So maybe you have like 2 or 3 apps that are all related and you could do a bundle. That obviously doesn't affect us because this is so simple. Okay, so it looks like we have to create an archive of our app before we can do anything else. So let's do that. So I'm here. I'm in the Xcode now. Archive is under product archive. I'm going to click that. I've never done this before. So it looks like it creates a build. We have our app here, the date of creation, which is today's date. We have the team, the identifier. I don't know. Let's just click validate app. Validate. Team is not enrolled in the Apple developer program. So it looks like my Xcode is not updated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close Xcode. I'm just guessing that it's not updated yet with the new account. Okay, so back to this. Let's try and validate and see if it works. Okay, it does. So refreshing it works. Your app must be registered with App Store Connect before it can be uploaded. Xcode will create an app record with the following properties. Okay, so before I do anything, I'm going to go back to the article and we're going to figure out what the next thing to do is. Okay, so it looks like we can validating the app runs a limited and auto initial validation. Right, let's run this then. That's the name we want. S key, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with all this. Now we're going to let it run through its validation and see what happens. I don't know how long this will take, so maybe we need to fast forward. Look at that, perfect. It looks like we're validated, so we pass all the validation checked. I don't know what that actually means. Now we need to select a method for distribution. You can export the archive or upload it to App Store Connect. If you export the archive, you can distribute it outside of the App Store. Oh, so to me, that would be giving the IPA. So it looks like the article has changed since this has been done, or maybe I've got an old version. Okay, so my assumption is we want to do for us App Store Connect, because TestFlight internal is only at devices I give permission to. However, I want anyone that wants to click the link to be able to look at it. So let's just go for it then. App Store Connect. Look at that. So now it says we're in the App Store Connect. So I need to agree to terms of service, which I will read now. Okay, I'm now in App Store Connect, which I've never been in before. I assume if I go to apps, I'm going to find it. Oh yeah, here's Pommel Flash, our little app. I don't want to distribute it. Prepare for submission. Let's do TestFlight. Processing. So public is going to be for external testers, and then this is going to be private. Oh, look, it says I'm missing compliant. Manage. Let's see. What type of encryption algorithm does your thing do? We don't use any. We don't use any. Oh, it's ready to submit. How do I submit? I don't want to submit for the App Store, because we just want it to be TestFlight. Ready for submit. How do I submit? So look here, we're just filling in our information. Now that I've filled in all the information, we can see here we've got waiting for review. I don't know how long a review takes. It looks like it can take up to 90 days, or that could no, that'll be when the build expires. So I've invited myself through the internal group, and you can see here I've been invited for Pommel Flash. Now that's because it's not been approved yet. I don't know if being approved takes hours, minutes, days. I'm not too sure. I'm going to scroll through this and see if it says anything about that. So it looks like this person, it took about a day for theirs to get approved, and this person took only 50 minutes. So it looks like it's going to be a hit or a miss, depending on if the app gets approved or not in time wise. So what I think we're going to have to do is just wait here, and hopefully it'll just get reviewed quickly, and then I can kind of go on from there. So I think we'll just get onto that then now. We're now approved for testing. As you can see here, I've made a couple groups. Internal testing is going to be people I physically know. So you can see here, this is me. I can see the feedback I've given. So that's all for internal. External, so for YouTube, for this video, this link in the description, if you click it, you will get access to test the app, and then you will be added to the list of testers. So I think that concludes this video. We've got the very, very initial bare bones version, lots of bugs to fix, and you can submit feedback and reports. Even here we can see someone's made a report here about a crash, which is quite good, so we can work on that. And even me, from doing testing, I've submitted reports so I can see what I need to add and work on. But crashes, there has been a crash here, you can see. So I think next time we're going to be working on bug fixes and then potentially revamping the whole UI. But this one has been a success, and if you would like to download the app, please click the link in the description and test out the app. That'd be great. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.